Oh, yeah, we're just getting started now. Last time we made our Luke house, or properly, we got our Luke house. We brought it into the world, and we sculpted the landscape around it so you can kind of like go into it and stuff. One of the issues with our Luke house was the collision isn't there. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna take the next 5 minutes, hopefully less, maybe 5 minutes, and do the boring part of development, and let's just add some collision boxes into here, okay? You can't do it automatically with something this shape. Um, Sphere collision. I wonder if I could do a sphere for the dome. But then I'd have to cut that sphere. I don't know, folks. See, that's no good because you're going to be cut off here. So maybe just for the very tippy top, we have that. No, we got to use boxes. All right, so let me bring up this collision. Stuff is pressuring and making a lot of decisions. Yeah, while I do this part, what are some ideas about what you want to work on today? Unmute your mic or put it in the chat, but tell me because I'm going to be spending the next 3 minutes fixing this mesh that
Can
has
we work
properties.
on like putting models on everything, like the stormtroopers, make them actual stormtroopers, make us a character besides a robot running around with a janky knee?
You don't like the janky knee robot? I like the janky
I
knee
know,
robot.
me too, sir. But we can make it so much cooler looking. We can make us an old person with a janky knee. Makes so much more sense.
There are robots with janky knee. This is Tatooine, man. All the robots there are beat up.
Or hold on, sir. Hear me out. Hear me out. We make you the character.
I already don't like this idea. Listen, I don't
Why
want to
not,
do.
sir?
I
We
like.
said we
Okay,
put your
okay.
face
That's
on
one.
everything. We have to put your face on this.
That's, I guess, true. Uh, I think that you've got something there. However, I gotta see how thick this wall is for this kind of stuff. And then, can you go over there? Is that a traversable space? Maybe. Um, what I'm thinking about doing is having a professional modeler join us for class as like a guest speaker and actually model us our Mandalorian armor for us, and then he can show you the process. He's going to do a far better job than me. So,
Sir, you don't know how to 3D model?
I do. I'm just not very good at it.
Sir, you're the best at everything. You're a teacher.
Even
Although
I am
you're
mortal.
just not an artist.
I
Remember?
maybe I don't know. I
Every
maybe,
teacher is not an artist. Even my art teacher is not an artist.
you know. Yeah, I'm not a big modeler person. What is the noise, Hayden? What is it going on over there? Are you providing sound effects
What?
for our next game, or? All right.
Well, you see, I'm rubbing my pencil against paper
Okay.
because I'm bored.
Um,
Or as people like to call it, drawing.
oh,
like
I
to call it
see.
rubbing
You're
my
doing the concept
pencil
art
against
that
paper.
certain others who shall remain nameless refuse to do for us. Is that what you're doing?
Yes. If you call a stick figure holding a cat and concept art, then I got it. Yeah, sorry. But
Mister, can I give you an idea of what we should work on today?
Of course you can.
I think we should work on NPCs and the follower things that we have, because if otherwise we're gonna make everything look good, but the mechanics. So
Okay. Anybody else agree with that idea? We do mechanics and follower stuff and NPC related stuff rather than environmental stuff.
yes, and we make it look cool along the way
Okay. Try to make it look cool
by
along the way.
putting your face on it, sir.
That will have the opposite effect of making it look cool.
But sir, it's like you're a teacher. You have to put your face on it.
Believe me, I put my face on lots of things, but I charge for that. Okay. You know, you're gonna license my likeness and image. You gotta pay for it.
Okay, sir. The thing we're paying with you is a job. if none of us wanted to be here, you'd be out of a job, correct?
That's true. I guess it's true.
So we're already paying you with a job. You could just
You
put your
don't
face
pay
on
me
it.
enough. Uh-huh.
Mister, I have an idea
Take it over
for
the government.
a
Okay, I want to hear
quest. You want to
ideas.
hear it?
I would like to hear your idea, yeah.
Can we
Okay,
put a
so
giant watermark across the screen for Mr. to just have your face on it? She's smiling as a watermark. It's like really faint but noticeable.
Hmm. I like
what's
that.
up
Hey, how about
with
this?
you?
I'll maybe consider voicing a character in the game or something.
Yes.
Yes.
Although
You
perhaps
can
perhaps
voice
we should
yourself
have
after we
multiple
put
voice actors.
put you in the game, sir.
What's that?
You can voice yourself after we put you in the game.
Voice myself. Yeah, who would I play though in the Star Wars world? These box.
You play Mr. Torres Intergalactic Empire, the game designers. I don't know.
I'm a game designer within the
The
Star
ruler
Wars
of
universe.
Akhenaten. Just add another planet into the Star Wars lore. Mr. Torres, the ruler of Akhenaten.
Can't I be like a Jedi or something normal? Or a bounty hunter?
Yeah, Mr. Torres, legendary Jedi Knight of Akhenaten.
Hmm. Alright, almost done with
know.
this model, guys. Like I told you, this
Where's
part
up
this is
with
the
those
boring
Akhenaten? What
part.
about Akanan?
Aka what? um. Alright, so okay, we need to just raise this floor a little bit.
Sir, you can be that one merchant in the game that just always annoys you. Like you walk a centimeter past him. Would you like to? And he goes, "Would you like to purchase some of my wares?" And all he has is a boot and a fish hook for sale.
Dude.
You can be the
Okay.
spender.
What if we do put you in the game, your quest has like the hardest quest in the game, and once you complete it, all it gives you is just a disc playing Rickroll over and over again.
Ooh, I'm always a
Yes,
fan of
And the
Rickrolling.
quest objective is to search the sand for a piece of salt.
Are you kidding me? You find
said
just
you
the
want it
one
hard, I gave
randomly
you hard.
generated roll, and you get
Okay.
Rickroll.
And you get rickrolled, and you have to search every piece of sand for a grain of salt. Once you find that grain of salt, you get rickrolled.
That is a good troll, mister. If you don't add it in the game, then I will personally pay everyone to give this game a bad rating.
Oh no. The game that I'm not selling at
So
all?
we will
You're gonna
make
give
you
a
do
bad
the
rating?
job
You're putting it in the game. All the fake
Not
people
bad
will play
rating
it
on
and
a
still
game
give it a bad rating.
I finish. Seems a bit more quiet.
Just imagine like developing a video game, then you yourself rate it bad because you hate it.
Stranger things have been done before. You know the guy who made
If the
Flappy
game
Bird?
sucks so
Who
much
remembers
that
Flappy
the
Bird?
developer dislikes it.
Do you remember Flappy Bird? The game?
Didn't that
Yeah.
game get deleted off of every platform ever?
The developer deleted it off of all the platforms.
No, my mom was able to play it.
Yeah, why did he delete it?
He didn't like the massive success that it was. He was like intimidated by how successful
Isn't
or
that the whole point
it
of
was too
making a
much
game?
pressure. All right, that's got to be good
Wait,
enough.
sir,
It's not
there's
perfect,
also
but
this spin-off
I don't want-
title somebody made.
okay, guys, we're hit
It
play.
was
Let's
where,
go
like,
check out the
simulation
house.
game, you had to-
Let's see if I could walk in it and kind of walk down the ramp. Oh man, no. Oh, actually, okay, good. The ramp works. This part works. If I try going up against a wall, it stops me. Like, oh, except for that wall. Oopsie.
Sir, can you add a light?
A
dark.
light in there? Sure.
Yes.
So this is usually what QA people would be doing, is they'd be testing, you know, that kind of thing. But since we're generating this collision
Sure.
automatically, yeah, see, I didn't add collision here on this part.
So, I remember you telling us a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away that you did not like invisible walls, correct?
Oh, did I say that? Like in games? That sounds like something I would say. I think there are exceptions.
Now, I have an idea so players don't run out of bounds. We put a giant. So in the Mandalorian show, there in one of the episodes, there was this giant sandworm, in that that the whole point of the show was to kill it, or that episode was to kill it. put that on the outside. If you go outside of bounds,
It just
eats
pops up
you.
and kills you.
Pops out of the ground like a jump scare when you swallows whole and just sucks you back down.
Yeah, I've seen.
That's a good
I remember
idea.
playing
That's way too important in the invisible wall.
I've seen that style of invisible wall done before. I remember playing like a surfing game. Like it was like one of the first games I ever played on the Xbox. I think it came out on the original Xbox. Just one of those games that was made super quickly. I never could get past the first level, but it was you could go out as far as you wanted as the surfer, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can go out to the ocean. Maybe I can get to Hawaii if I keep going. Just thinking like that things
No,
keep going
Mark,
on.
the
But
whole
eventually a
point
shark will
of
get
it
you.
You know the
is to
best,
stop you from
Mister.
going
You know the
out
best
of
part about that is that that's going to encourage the sandworm on the edge. It's
Yes,
going
is
to
alright.
encourage. It's going to encourage people to try to get past the sandworm even more.
Yes, but here's the point. Once you kill it, 2 more show up. And then every time you kill
I'm not
one,
saying it's bad.
2 more. Until the entire game is flooded with sandworms.
It's a consideration. All right, I think we're almost done on this one.
Yes, Zariah gets the reference.
No, from the Mandalorian, the show, right? That's the reference.
Well, no, the reference 2 more will appear is from the Marvel. It's like Hydra in one of the movies. They said, "Cut off one head, 2 more will grow," or something like that. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, that's right. I'm not a nerd like you guys, so I'm sorry I didn't get the reference.
Hold on. Do
You're
you
the one
know
liar,
that
liar,
hydras are
Mandalorian
actual
bounty hunter game. You
mythological
want to call us
creatures?
nerd? You
What?
do this
Sorry.
for a living.
Hayden,
Call us
do
nerd.
you not know that hydras are actual mythological creatures?
Yeah, but they're also a thing in Marvel. You know, they're a big bad base, big bad organization, a
You're
big
right.
bad.
They are a thing in Marvel, but which came first,
We did it,
mythology
guys!
or Marvel?
Okay, hear the sound of my voice, Uriah. Okay, do I sound like I care which came first?
All right, guys. Hey, we did it. We actually did the thing we needed to do, and we have interiors with proper collision. Now, what's awesome about that is I can just duplicate this building as many times as I want for like other homes you can go into, and I can have different stuff in those homes, so to speak. So let's do another home. We'll do this one. We'll like kind of sink it down a little bit, and what I'll do is I'll sculpt a hole so that you can still go into it. We'll do that now. Landscape. Hey, Steven, did you have an idea earlier? I think Steven was trying to say an idea, and I don't know if we ever got to it. Did we get to your idea already? Let's sculpt this down real quick.
My idea was the Rickroll quest, which is
Oh.
like a super hard
We have to find a grain of
But
salt in the middle of the desert.
another one just to say. What if for the actual base, that 3D model we're using right now,
Mm-hmm.
because how it's structured, you can just like kind of erase one side and just connect 2 of the models together.
Yeah, we could do that, but we need to modify the model in an external editor. So far in Unreal, you can't delete geometry from static meshes. It's one of those like weird things that you can't do. I think it may have been fixed recently in an update, or is on the roadmap to be fixed. Hey guys, what do you think if I like kind of fill one of these places with sand? Like it's been kind of overblown with sand or something. I don't know. That's what I'm kind of playing around with over there. And then as far as
Put
here,
an Easter egg in the sand, like you get a shovel and you have to dig up the sand out of it, and all the players will be like, "Is this a weapon? Is this a new set of armor? Oops, gonna be so cool!" And then there's you just dancing.
you guys are obsessed with Easter eggs. What about the actual game? All right. I have an
Easter eggs are
idea.
the game, Easter egg.
I have an idea of a system I want to develop, but again, this is our game. I want your input on this, whether we should do this. I kind of want to try making a dialogue system with friendly NPCs, like Knights of the Old Republic and stuff. If that's not what you want to do, if you want to do level building, we'll do that right away. We'll do that right now. What do you guys?
Everything you suggest, I'm just gonna say no to.
Okay, then I'll discount your vote on that.
Sir, that's a fantastic idea. D'Angelo's just jealous that he's not a successful game developer like you, getting all the ladies.
I said I'm just kidding.
That's a great idea.
He's not wrong. All right.
He doesn't have your
So
flag.
Yes,
He's
I'm
jealous.
wrong.
okay. Well, if you guys don't provide
Of course
input,
I
then
know.
I'm going to decide myself what we do. But how cool would it be if we go over to this house? This is the one we just made with the sand in it. And there's a guy here, and he talks to us, and he gives us a quest, and he has dialogue. Like that would make a lot of sense. I mean, so far there's a lot we can add to the game. You know, we need new weapons. We only have this. Jeez, that guy exploded.
Army of what's it called? Things droids chasing you.
I didn't hear any of the words you just said, but I said in recognition that you said them.
Oh, sorry, my Wi-Fi isn't doing so good today. But I said, how are you going to talk to somebody if there's an army of droids chasing you?
Well, okay, those are testing droids. But you know what? You're right. Let's stop them from chasing us. Okay, first off, they're called stormtroopers, which is a little.
Sorry, those are robots.
They're robots. They're killer robots. I know. Well, okay. Here's something that you guys can do right now for me. Just how Steven, I think it was, gave us our Luke model. Can some of you get me some other models that you would expect on here? Find it from the same website. Steven, can you post the website that you found that on? Post basically the link again. And I want you guys to find stuff here and there for me. And we'll start to accumulate some Star Wars and Tatooine props. You get me, an Imperial ship, I'll crash it into the world, into the landscape. You get me, some blaster, we'll attach it to the character's hand. Like, get me stuff so that we can accelerate the development. Now, since you guys don't have the engine, and that's not really what this is about, on your end to contribute to the project, the one thing you can do is find resources. I need sound effects in the form of WAV files. I need Star Wars music in the form of WAV files. I need 3D models. Why don't I have a blaster yet? Why don't we have Imperial ships and the bikes that you get on, right, in Tatooine, or whatever, the ship that kind of hovers, it's on Tatooine? Give me that model. I'll make a ship that you can drive, and we'll code it and everything, but give me the model. So because I'm just one person, I can't model everything. So start looking for stuff. Copyright, am I right? We're not violating copyright. A, if the models are under a CC license, and if they're free, it'll say the license and everything on it. And B, we never release this game, okay? We never release the game. We're not violating copyright. All right, this is a learning exercise. Zariah sent me a blaster a while ago. Okay, can you find the link again? Because I probably wasn't ready for the blaster back then. But if you can drop it into the chat now, let's start doing that. All right, so you guys are finding me models and watching at the same time.
Where do we find the 3D models on, sir?
Steven, paste the website link that you got the Luke building model on, because that website had a bunch of stuff on it.
Oh,
And then everybody use that
Sketchfab.
site.
I typed an S in my.
Oh, it's probably Sketchfab. Yeah, probably was.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so sketchfab.com. Somebody dropped the link anyway. Just so okay, I'm able. Yeah, someone dropped the link to Sketchfab, so everybody has it. Okay, so let's make it so our stormtroopers aren't just chasing you randomly. Like they should, and they shouldn't be called stormtroopers, but whatever, enemies. We're going to change it right now. We're actually do something cool. We're going to do what's called pawn sensing, which means they have to see you and you have to be near enough. So constantly have, make bandits, guards, whatever. So right now we're saying, hey, at the beginning of the game, move towards the player and just keep moving towards the player. And then they don't even attack the player yet. We want them to blast the player. So really we want this to not be triggered on begin play, but be triggered on seeing the players. How do you do that? Well, there's a variety of ways to do this, but there's a built-in way to do it called pawn sensing. If I go to the left here, I hit add component. Oh my gosh, guys, I've been streaming this whole time, and I'm not even showing my my screen. So, live stream people, I apologize. I'm so disorganized sometimes. So, anyway, now you can see this. Basically, the video starts here. But in the future, guys, please tell me. But I know you guys in class are watching the presentation, not necessarily the live stream. But right now, I'm going to hit add component. We're going to do pawn sensing. Pawn sensing, like I said, is going to be the eyes and ears of our AI. And pawn sensing is neat because it gives you these events for on see pawn, on hear noise. Right? There's noise events that you can create in Unreal. Let's do on see pawn. But by pawn, we mean any blueprint that can be possessed by a player or an AI. So a pawn is the general word for some sort of possessable entity that you would be using for a character. All characters are pawns. All NPCs are pawns. All creatures are pawns. Okay, anything that's not static that can be possessed by an AI or player, that's gonna be a pawn. So hey, is this NPC seeing a pawn? And right now we just want to check, hey, are they seeing our character, our player character? So we're gonna cast to ALS anim character, and then you do code based on that. In this case, we're going to call our follow code. So now they won't be chasing us at the beginning of the game. What do we name our custom event? Move towards player. They'll only be doing this if they see our player. Move towards player. Okay, perfect. If we go back here, click on pawn sensing, you can see the line of sight. The big sphere, the yellow sphere, is its sound range, and we can change that with hearing threshold. Oh, I guess actually the blue sphere is the hearing range. Oh, no, then LOS hearing. Yeah, the blue and yellow are their hearing abilities. And then sight radius is this thing here. So how far they can see. They can't see behind themselves. So if your player gets within, over here, they're going to be detected, kind of deal. All right, so I'm going to leave that as is. Now when I hit play, they shouldn't come try to attack us yet. They're not going to be chasing us from the beginning of the game. We have to go find them. Oh, and they're moving towards us. I think because we were in their sight. If we look at them. No, maybe not. All right, so we'll do that in a second. Since we got limited time here, I really want to look at all the models you guys have been bringing up. So let's do a little exploration of our models and download where appropriate what you guys have given us. Remember, sound effects are always good too. There's a lot we can do with sound effects. We did the blaster sound effect, but that's all we got. What about ambient sound effects? Like the sound of wind and sand in a desert. That thing, we need to have something like that looping. It makes a huge difference. All right. Okay, so this is the model that Steven linked originally. This is Han Solo's. And there's a TIE Fighter, Star Destroyer. It's all loaded. Yep, perfect. It's like Han Solo's blaster. Awesome.
Hey, sir, I have an idea.
Let's hear it.
So, in one of the houses, I found this model to where it's like a Lego, tiny little Lego Star Destroyer. Please click on
Sorry.
of the of a shelf in one of the houses. That's like a little funny Easter egg.
Mm-hmm.
Take that model, shrink it down really small, and put it on the counter.
That's good. Okay, I like it. The Easter eggs are good, but typically we will add Easter eggs towards the end or maybe the middle of development. Let's try and get into alpha first.
It's so fun.
I know it is. I know. All right, so this blaster doesn't have a download link, so this one's not downloadable. So you have to find me a different blaster, one that's free to download. However, this TIE Fighter is free to download, and it looks really cool. So we can have them crash. We can have a quest to do with it. We can do a whole bunch of stuff. So let's import that model. The model type is an OBJ model, which is good. We like OBJs. Let's make a new folder for this. Ship. Maybe ships. But we'll add import, and we're going to go open up our model, which I think is actually still downloading. Nope. Just have to unzip it. Let's try that one more time. All right, bringing it to Unreal. Uh-oh, failed to import. One second, guys. Hiccups to do with development. That's what this is. Leave me alone. Okay, now we got it working. But did I download the wrong file? It's acting like I'm trying to download Luke's home again. But it's coming from the TIE Fighter. No, that should be right. Okay, so they just bundled it all up into one thing for some reason. There we go. I think that should work. Maybe. Downloading other stuff is always sketchy. You don't know what you're going to get. I have 2.5 of the 4 concept art pieces done, minus the color. Awesome, Zariah. I'm really excited to see that. Okay, cool. Yeah, I do want to see that next class. And then I think next class I'm going to put together a writers.
Hey, sir, sorry, I left. My computer shut off.
That's fine. I'm going to put a writers group together of you guys for whoever wants to start writing some like quest dialogue lore about what we're doing here. So think about that. I won't organize that until next class, but we'll find out what exactly we're designing here, what the story is, and that kind of stuff. All right. As far as assignments, Michael, you can wait to go until I dismiss you, along with everybody. You'll know when you guys can leave because I will dismiss you. So you don't have to ask in the chat whether you want to go or not, because you are still in class for another 30 minutes after I close out the meet. Just so you guys know, it's called asynchronous time, and it's when you're supposed to be working on assignments for this class or other classes. So I could keep you on another 30 minutes, but I want to respect the presentation time. Keep it down to 30. So. I want lore. Yeah, you Aiden, all your lore. Before we go, is there any questions on anything at all before we jump off?